conversation, right?
No doubt about it.
All right, and that game, of course, you can watch on ABC. Cannot wait for that matchup, 3:30 Saturday next week.
You know, Coach Prime, it's nice to finally have some free time. Gives you a chance to reflect on the important things.
Like how Aflac pays people money for the expenses health insurance doesn't cover.
Health insurance does leave a gap.
But Aflac gives people money to help close that gap. Oh, Coach Prime got one on the line too, baby.
See, that's how you hold up a trophy, trust me.
Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover. Aflac is an official sponsor of ESPN College Game Day.
I hope y'all hungry.
I'm glad I brought my own dinner.
Here, history runs deep. So does passion and rivalry. We've claimed our share of hardware, been on top of the world and the draft. But it's time to set a new standard. With more championship swagger and more things that make you go, it's the dawn of a new era in the SEC. And it just means more.
We shared a strange, unusual experience, but seeing you here tonight just opens my heart up again.
Welcome to the very first ever Golden Bachelorette Men Tell All.
I didn't expect to be that famous.
I love these guys. They're friends for life.
We all came looking for love with Joan, but we got this, which is incredible, really.
This season, Mavs Mania is on KFAA. Don't miss a single rebound, block, and basket. Tomorrow, Dallas takes on Orlando. Tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. on KFAA.
Introducing KFAA 29, created by WFAA, a new television channel featuring 70 Mavs games, completely free with an antenna and available on these providers. Find out more at WFAA.com/29.
You know I'm a dreamer, but my heart's of gold. Just one more night, and I'm coming on this long and winding road. I'm on the way, I'm on the way, home sweet home.
The holidays. And holiday trips. And holiday toys. And holiday bonding. And it all comes together in a Chevrolet.
Find your red tag. Get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. Plus, get $3,750 total cash allowance on this Silverado RST.
Chevy drives Texas. Together, let's drive.
TXU Energy. With Season Pass, you get 50% off energy charges all winter and summer, which can lead to savings of $450 a year. Learn more at TXU.com.
Tracking a few rounds of thunderstorms and severe weather tonight after the game.
This is the SEC on ABC. Saturday night football presented by Capital One from Williams-Brice Stadium in Columbia, South Carolina. Gamecocks on homecoming raced off to a 14-0 lead. Fell behind late in the half, and now we're tied at 20 as we head for the second half. Sean McDonough, Greg McElroy. That had to feel like a win to go into the half tied if you're Texas A&M. There were a lot of things that went wrong for them in that first half.
Yeah, I mean, it was all Gamecocks early, and it could have spiraled out of control, but they kind of weathered the storm, and then they really answered. But a lot of self-inflicted mistakes. 6 penalties, 58 yards that led to South Carolina points, and so many different times they had Lenora Sellers in the backfield wrapped up with defenders all over them, and they couldn't finish. So if you're A&M, you got to feel pretty optimistic with your offense on the field to start the second half, given the missed opportunities in the first.
Lenora Sellers had 11 carries for South Carolina, their quarterback. 7 of them were on scrambles when he was pressured and took off running. They pressured him, they just couldn't sack him, keep him in the pocket. A kickoff returned by Terry Bussey across the 20-yard line. Here's Molly McGrath.
Well, Sean, South Carolina wide receiver Mazio Bennett left the game at the end of the first half after a hard hit by A&M corner B.J. Mays. And head coach Shane Beamer confirmed he is out for the game. He was frustrated it wasn't called for a penalty. He said when a guy gets hit near the head and can't walk off the field on his own, you should get a targeting or at least a face mask call. So he's going to send that to the league. He said he wants Lenore Sellers to continue to run the ball, but the biggest adjustments, he said, will be for his defense. He's harping, getting a turnover, forcing takeaways.
On first down, Amari Daniels gets 6. He's taken over as the lead back. Demetrius Knight made the tackle. They're playing without Le'Veon Moss. Leg injury in the first half. He's not going to return. Daniels has done very well. He's averaged 9.5 per carry. He's rushed for 76 yards. Bell trying to imitate Lenore Sellers and take off running when pressured, but he got tripped up for no gain. Here's Moss back on the sideline.
He's hated for that young man. It's been so important to this team, and a big third down to start the second half.
Third down and 4. A&M 2 out of 7 on third down tonight. This is shorter than what they've averaged on third down. Deep drop, and then Bell on target for a first down. Jahdae Walker, who did not play in the first half because he was ejected for targeting in the second half last week against LSU.
And it's a great job by Marcel Reed. Climbing in the pocket, you have great edge rushers for South Carolina who get pushed high. He steps up and delivers a throw for a conversion. That was a good job moving up and threatening the line of scrimmage.
Well, for all the talk coming in about these two outstanding defensive lines, and they are terrific, there has not been a sack in this game, in large part because of the elusiveness of these two redshirt freshman quarterbacks. Noah Thomas dropped for a loss. Judge Collier, the cornerback, dropped it for a loss of 2.
Both these defenses have to feel decent about their personnel, but man, they had a lot of big plays given up in the run game in the first half. Let's see if they kind of secure the perimeter. Both A&M and South Carolina, a lot of big runs given up, which is out of character.
A&M came in 10th in the nation, rushing for 221 per game. They're about on pace for that. They're up to 123 yards rushing right now. On 2nd and 12. Well blocked by the Maroon Goons, as they call them, up front. And a diving catch by Jabri Barber for an 8-yard pickup.
I think part of the reason why you move to Marcel Reed is for down and distances like this. You can really do anything when you're in third and manageable. You can run it with the quarterback. You can get an empty formation. You can hand it off. You can go zone read. This gives you a lot of versatility as a play caller with a mobile quarterback at center, under center.
On 3rd down and 4. Low throw and an incomplete pass intended for Barber, with Nick Eamon-Wari in coverage. The junior from right here in the Columbia area out of Irmo High School. Off a huge performance last week. He had 2 interceptions against Oklahoma 2 weeks ago, but in their last game, one of which he returned for a touchdown. The Tyler White will punt. Jalen Kilgore back deep for it. And a fair catch made by Kilgore. 42-yard punt. South Carolina on offense for the first time in the second half after this.
Is there anything better than an SEC tailgate?
Yep.
a Sonic SEC tailgate. With all your Sonic favorites, like delicious Sonic Smashers on food-friendly foam fingers. Here, we wear our colors on the outside and the inside.
My stomach's cheering so hard right now.
That's the Quag, 100% creamy queso. Go long! Sonic in the SEC, a match made in football heaven.
As an emergency physician, I can tell you, Texas women are in danger because of Ted Cruz. I've seen 12, 13-year-old survivors of rape come in pregnant. Pregnant women with severe complications, threatening their health. And Ted Cruz's abortion ban makes it illegal for me to provide them care. I could never vote for Ted Cruz. Calling All Red will restore a woman's right to make her own medical decisions.
Win Senate is responsible for the content of this ad.
Takes the handoff. It's a refurb.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment.
Dave's back on.
Coors Light. Choose chill.
Honey, I don't think the spray's working.
It's okay, you got it. Just stick with it.
They just keep coming.
Oof. Okay, let's try something else. Yeah? McCoy, you're in.
I got you.
If only there were backups in real life.
There you go, Colt.
But at least there's Progressive to protect your home and auto.
I'm just off today.
It's only one nest. There'll be other wasps.
Fuel your fandom. Enjoy the home field advantage at Fairfield, official partner of the NCAA.
Come on, rookie, you sleep down here.
Is that?
Whoa, Reggie Bush.
I lost track of time in there. So, what's new?
Since you asked.
Pretty cool. Anything else? What is he doing?
He's watching the game.
ABC Election Night.
When we fight, we win!
We will soon be a great nation again.
Who will be your next president? Election Night. This is where America turns for answers. ABC Election Night Live.
Always a great scene here at Williams-Brice Stadium, home of the Gamecocks. Homecoming weekend here in Columbia. 20-20 the score. It was 14-0 early for South Carolina, but A&M survived that early blitz. First play of the second half on offense for South Carolina. Rocket Sanders gets a first down. And an 11-yard run and more damage outside. That's been a big problem for the Texas A&M defense, which Greg came into tonight having held 5 of their last 6 opponents to 100 yards rushing or fewer. And the Gamecocks had 169 in the first half.
Yeah, I think what's probably most troubling is just how much has been out to the outside, kind of taken their great defensive line out of the game plan.
And this was a problem in the first half as well. They get near Sellers. They can't touch him, and he runs for a first down. 11 more off a scramble for Lenora Sellers.
And just a great job, too, by Sellers. When you see the right side, Scorton's up, so you just take off. I mean, when Scorton overruns the quarterback, you go. And there's plenty of room right there. When the rush lanes are not held and the integrity isn't good, quarterback taking off can hurt you bad.
Gordon projects as a top 10 pick in the NFL by Mel Kiper. He has not been much of a factor tonight. It looks like a lot of times they've taken themselves out of plays. Raheem Sanders carries. The gain by Sellers on the last play gives him a career high in rushing yards for a game. He's up to 88. At 91. The previous high was 88. Against LSU, and in that game he had a 75-yard touchdown run, longest ever by a South Carolina quarterback.
One thing you notice too, as a right-handed passer, I mean, a lot of his movement is to the right. The Aggies are going to need to make an adjustment because almost all of his scrambles come when he's moving to his right.
He runs to the right. And he's very near first down, about a yard short, knocked down by Will Lee. And he's up to 96 yards rushing now. In the first half, here comes the third down, and then we'll tell you what Sellers accomplished. 3rd down and 1. And it's Sanders ripping through the hole. One man might catch him. Touchdown! 52 yards. Raheem Sanders puts South Carolina back on top, and the Alex Herrera extra point makes it 27-20.
South Carolina getting a stop defensively, and their offense gets it starting the second half as Rocket Sanders finds pay dirt, and the Gamecocks are back on top.
We about to level up. We about to level up.
The next icon of vacations, Star of the Seas. Book today.
All my favorites for just $7 each? That's crazy. Or am I crazy?
Seeing sevens? It's a sign to order from Pizza Hut's $7 deal lovers menu.
Check out Mahomes scrambling into T-Mobile to get the new iPhone 16 Pro built for Apple Intelligence. Cuz holding it up like a baby lion. Now at T-Mobile.com, get the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. And families can save 20% every month versus the other big guys.
My kids can't hide anything from me.
I'm home.
Especially when they've been using toilet paper that doesn't hold up.
New Charmin Ultra Strong has a diamond weave texture that's more durable and it cleans better, so you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
Kamala backed Biden on everything. She was the deciding vote for his disastrous economic agenda. They raised taxes on the middle class, and prices soared. Kamala was in charge of his open border policies, giving welfare to illegals while Americans struggle, and their weakness invited wars. Now Kamala wants to double down on failure. It's time to turn the page on Joe and Kamala's failed agenda. President Trump fights for you. His strength kept us safe. Trump cut taxes for families. Prices were lower and the border secure. Now, President Trump can do it again.
And we are going to launch a new golden age of American success for the citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed.
Remember, Kamala broke it. President Trump will fix it.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
I'm out here telling people how they can save money with experience. You look like someone who has a lot of subscriptions.
I have a lot.
Too many, I'd say. You can see your subscriptions all in one place and cancel the ones you don't like. Dude, that's so easy.
I actually need that.
Get started now with the Experian app.
At Cracker Barrel, we holiday the country way. Turkey is crispy fried to juicy perfection, and our new French toast gets a swirl of cinnamon for the season. So come on in for a little country cheers.
Time for tonight's Sonic Drive-In recap. It's the Rocket Sanders touchdown. You got 3 for 3. You know what that means? Number 3, Ratcliffe has to make the tackle, but watch this. He guesses wrong. He goes to the inside. Sanders goes to the outside, and there's nobody home. Nothing but green grass between Rocket Sanders and the end zone because Ratcliffe guessed wrong, and the running back made a great move to find the open hole, and South Carolina starts the second half with a bang.
What has happened to the A&M rush defense? They've given up 252 yards rushing. We still have more than 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. E.J. Smith's going to bring back the Alex Herrera kickoff. He got upended as he approached the 20-yard line. So Sanders, bothered by a bum ankle lately, has been ineffective the bye week. Coach Beamer said did him a lot of good. He was explosive on the practice field this week. And he's rushed for 123 yards. That touchdown, his second longest rush of the season. The previous long was 66 against LSU. That was the game in which he injured his ankle.
He looks faster, though. I mean, even on some of the shorter runs, he just has a little more burst tonight.
Here's Amari Daniels. 7 lead changes in this game. The 252 allowed by A&M on the ground tonight is the most they've given up since 2022 in a game at Auburn.
Big difference from a week ago when I think they gave up like
24 yards rushing to LSU on 23 carries.
Very different approach tonight in South Carolina, man. They've answered the challenge.
Reed throws it a little bit too long for Noah Thomas, with O'Donnell Fortune in coverage. 3rd down and 6 upcoming.
There's a big 3rd down for Texas A&M. Nothing doing on their first drive of the second half. Now running the risk of potentially going 3 and out with all the momentum on the South Carolina side. So a big down here for Marcel Reed, the freshman.
He got it off short. And that'll be very close to a first down. Cyrus Allen went lunging toward the pylon. And he's short by just a little bit, as we will see from the progressive pylon camera.
And the ball brings him back just ever so slightly. It looks like great effort. Great effort. Just the thigh down before the ball was extended, though. And one that they probably need to take a peek at either way. Aggressive pylon cam. Where is the ball? Extended, knees down right there.
Knees down. Which is why it was spotted well. Then a very quiet night in the replay booth. I don't want to jinx it. Ken Switzer, as the replay officials, had a quiet night. So was Bill Lamonier. But Bill, what say you?
Well, I appreciate it, guys. I don't mind a little bit night off.
Yeah, you look like you're having a nice bagel there during the half.
It was good. He's got his shin down, so that ball is short right at this point here.
Right.
So the call on the field is correct and should be the way it is.
Yes, it is. They got it right. And now the decision to make for Mike Elko on 4th down and less than a yard.
I think you go for it. I mean, the offensive line, the way they've been just pounding away, the only time they really got stopped short was on a QB sneak by their 180-pound quarterback. So I think just pound away at Clayton White's defense.
Well, they were stopped early in their own territory. Amari Daniels, the running back. No Le'Veon Moss. Daniels chopped down. Did he lunge forward to get it? Debo Williams came flying up. Looks like they're going to mark it short, and comfortably so by about a foot. They did. They stopped them on downs again.
And what a play by the linebacker Debo Williams. He sees it immediately, but look, he goes low. And you can stop the running back's momentum if you go low and you take his legs out for under. If you meet him in the hole, he has a chance to get momentum and push you forward. But the low man wins there, and a massive stop by the outstanding 5th-year senior linebacker.
Their leading tackler last year was first-team All-SEC. They are going to review it. It's a huge spot, obviously.
Man, that is so hard to meet the running back in the hole like that, too. I mean, he timed it perfectly, and the execution to go low and take him out was an incredible
I think some of us old timers just don't like that short yardage formation. You know, when you need a foot and the quarterback's in the gun and the running back's way off the line of scrimmage like that.
I understand that. But the thing about it is running back has full momentum going downhill. I don't have a problem with that at all. They stay in shotgun 90% of the time at A&M, so it doesn't really bother me, but it's just poorly executed by the interior of the offensive line. Now in that run through by Williams.
Well, from that, it looks like he wound up, at least his helmet did, beyond that yellow line, but where was the ball? The first fourth down miss was A&M on the South Carolina 34. They didn't get it, and South Carolina used the short field to score a touchdown. Again, no Le'Veon Moss in that short yardage situation. Yeah, it's very hard to overturn those spots. They marked it just across the 31-yard line.
Thank you.
So Debo Williams, fifth-year senior. We talked about the veterans. Not highly recruited coming out of high school in Delaware. Matter of fact, he was going to the University of Delaware. But COVID canceled the season. He never played a game there. Wound up transferring here, and he's been a stud for this South Carolina defense. And finally they get to Sellers, but they can't get him down. And he throws out of bounds. Boy, he is so strong, but even still, it looked for sure like it was going to be the first sack of the night.
And I just don't know how he escaped from this. Sanford's off the left. Looked like it took a second even for Sellers to figure it out. Kind of wheels him around and throws him, thinking he's throwing him to the ground, but Sellers too strong. I mean, how many missed sacks tonight for the Aggies?
Should have been a 9-yard loss, and one that would have taken him out of field goal range. Now Sanders weaves down to the 25-yard line. They're in field goal range. Damian Sanford, who whiffed on the last play, had help there from Albert Regis. 3rd down and 4. More than midway through the third quarter. That's a stunning number. South Carolina's been a good rushing team, not great. Middle of the pack in the country. Here's a blitz from deep. That ball to the end zone and over the head of Jared Brown with double coverage there for Texas A&M. Will Lee and Bryce Anderson. And I think you have to kick the field goal, don't you?
Absolutely.
Take a 2-score lead.
Idea of taking the shot to Brown, but ball's in the air just way too long and allows Bryce Anderson to get up over the top. But that's a great job by Texas A&M's defense. You have sudden change, 4th down stop. All the momentum's on the side of South Carolina. You get off the field immediately and force the 3. I know they get points, but man, that's going to feel like a huge morale boost on the sideline.
Herrera's 2 for 2 tonight. He's 12 for 16 for the year. That's 4 misses, which doesn't seem like it's bad, but that's more field goals than they had missed in the previous 3 years combined. But he's 3 for 3 tonight, and it's a 2-score game. They still can't get Lenoris Sellers on the ground.
Wow. Hey, Jay, this project might need a bit of zhuzhing. Holla back, Warren.
Please let me know your thoughts. Best regards, Warren.
I am genius.
Bundele, Save.
Hey, Jake from State Farm. What's going on here?
Coach saved so much bundling home and auto with the personal price plan, he decided to bundle practice with ballet.
Bundle, Save.
Doesn't that just say bundle and save?
Hey, Hutch, less talky, more dancey. Double time. Boodle, Save, boodle, Save.
Bundle and save with the personal price plan.
I want to see that on game day.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
While you were away, there were some developments. Fortunately, DoorDash can quickly come to your rescue. Your door to more. DoorDash.
I've been warned by celebrities, athletes, and world leaders. But I've always felt most comfortable up here with the folks that made me who I am. I'm right at home, out here on the land. And I'm in my lane on the shoulder of the interstate. Because this is where I come from. I've been showing up here for nearly 200 years, and I can't wait to see what's next.
Hats off to the future.
Nothing runs like a deer.
So it's going to come down to this. Can they do it?
Oh, no, they missed it! Wait a minute. There's a flag on the play.
Yeah, move the meeting.
Hey, Mike, what's good, man?
How do we show up as our whole self when life has so many parts to switch between?
Whoa. Uncle Level 10.
With tech that helps us put everything we are into everything we do.
You made that look easy.
Recode your future with the tech-forward and tech-ready Lexus NX.
At Burger King, we flame grill our burgers. Why? Because that's how it should be done. Hot, juicy, smoky, flame grilled, and made your way. Come experience the flame grilled difference with 2 Whopper Juniors for just $5.
The musical adventure Coco on the Wonderful World of Disney, ABC Sunday.
Almost time for the first college football playoff rankings release. Be revealed Tuesday on ESPN 7 o'clock. College football playoff top 25 show presented by Allstate. The Allstate playoff predictor is also giving us numbers relative to Texas A&M's chances to reach the SEC championship game. Currently 54%. They're the only undefeated team in conference play at 5-0. Obviously the numbers get better with a win, go down with a loss. A loss tonight would drop them into a group of 5 one-loss teams, although we should point out that Tennessee's playing right now. And they were a 2-loss team in the conference. But it's interesting, and I think the reason why the numbers are just kind of 50-50, even though they're alone atop, is they do have a game with Texas to finish the year.
They do, and a road trip at Auburn, which is a difficult place to go play, and we've seen many of championship dreams die on the field in Jordan-Hare. So I think when you look at this game, coupled with the road trip to Auburn right before the Texas game, it's still a very challenging November for the Aggies.
On first down, Marcel Reed throws low. Don't forget to go to ESPN.com/Allstate Playoff Predictor to check out your team's chances to make the college football playoff. Tennessee is a one-loss team in the league, along with LSU, Texas, and Georgia. 6-yard gain on that play to Ja'Day Walker. Interesting talking with Mike Elko last night. He said he thinks Georgia is the best team in the SEC.
They certainly have looked like it at times, but not in the first half today.
They definitely looked like it in the win at Texas. Amari Daniels comes up a yard short of the first down. So down 2 scores again. They rallied from 14-0 down in the first half to take the lead, and a late South Carolina field goal in the final seconds of the half sent them to the dressing room tied at 20.
Short yardage situations have been a little bit of a problem for the Aggies tonight. Another one here on 3rd and 1.
3rd down. They're 3 out of 10 on 3rd down. Twice they've been stopped on 4th down and 1 in their own territory. And they're going to have another 4th down and 1. Debo Williams again. And Monkel Goodwine.
I mean, the play is almost the exact same as the one they ran up 4th and short a second to go. You have left to right misdirection. Debo Williams goes right through the gap, makes the contact behind the line of scrimmage, and they get off the field yet again.
And they're going to punt. Now, I understand they've stuffed you twice, but now there's 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, and you're down by 10. And it feels like surrender. And not a great punt. High but short from Trevor White. And the fair catch made by Jalen Kilgore. Are you surprised they didn't try again?
Really?
And why do they keep running up the middle when it's not working?
And their one massive run earlier in the game that resulted in a touchdown was off tackle to the right. So at some point, maybe try something on the edge, something out to the outside. But I don't understand why you'd punt there and go for it a moment earlier. Just did the analytics change, or did it just?
I doubt it. I mean, I think if anything,
sensing that his team really isn't doing a great job blocking up front on short yard situations.
ESPN analytics said they should have gone for that. I would think most analytics do. Here's a blitz off the corner. And a lot of damage going to the right. That was Oscar Attaway, tackled by Shamar Stewart, a 1-yard gain. They do lead the country in Shamars, particularly among the defensive line. Stewart and Turner. Gets confusing when you're meeting with the coaches and they talk about Shamar, and you always have to ask which one.
Right, and they both wear single digits. One wears number 5, one wears number 4, and they both can wreck the game for the offense.
And credit to this offensive line, although they've been helped a lot by Sellers' ability to escape. But this was an offensive line that had given up 32 sacks entering tonight, 2nd most in the country, fewer than only Oklahoma. And they'd been sacked on 13.5% of their dropbacks for the year, which was most in the country. They don't even throw it that much, and they still had 32 sacks. But no sacks for either defense tonight, in large part because Sellers has escaped over and over again. They kept him in the pocket. That time there's a flag thrown in the secondary. Jared Brown, the intended receiver, and he is woofing at Will Lee, who's giving it back to him.
Holding. Defense number 26. 10-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
And a killer on 3rd down and 9. There's 7th penalty. South Carolina's not been assessed for one, and there's no question about that penalty.
Yeah, that was the easiest call in the world for the official. The throw was high, but I mean, just completely draped all over him. Both arms wrapped around Jared Brown, and Mike Elko's got to be so frustrated. That's now 7 penalties for nearly 80 yards. Just not good.
It's the 4th South Carolina first down by penalty. Attaway banged down at the 46. 4-yard gain. Damian Sanford, sophomore from Katy, Texas, in on the stop.
This defense needs to answer the challenge here. I mean, this is your superstar group. You got a young quarterback, down 10. You've been in this situation before. You were last week, so no need to panic. But the defense last week responded to the challenge by forcing several turnovers. Now they got to find a way to get off the field and disrupt the rhythm of this offense.
Design run again. They lean to the right. And Sellers is out of bounds at midfield, a couple of yards short of the first down. The penalty disparity is jarring. They were penalized, A&M, 6 times in the first half, none for South Carolina. The +6 in accepted penalties, the most in a first half in a Texas A&M game since 2010, when they were flagged for 6 more accepted penalties in a game November 13th of 2010 at Baylor. So this is a rarity. Sellers is up to an even 100 yards rushing. First of his career. Raheem Sanders, the running back, and he drove the defense back for a moment, but Damian Sanford slowed him enough and got help to stop him short of the first down, and now it's a Shane Beamer decision on 4th down and less than a yard.
He's been aggressive all night. Would anticipate him being aggressive again here.
Can the A&M defense get a 4th down stop on 4th and 1? as South Carolina's done twice tonight.
South Carolina's had a ton of success running to the right and running up inside, but this time there's a bunch of defenders on the right side of the center.
There was movement. He got back. No flag, no whistle. Play clock at 2. And they're going to take a delay of game penalty. Crowd's booing. It's the first South Carolina penalty of the night. And he wanted an offside call against A&M.
Yeah, number 5, Shamar Turner. Watch him jump here into the neutral zone. I mean, right there, you can either snap the ball, and it looked like the right guard, Simpkins, tried to reach out and kind of stop him, but they've kind of adjusted that rule a little bit to where it's not an automatic offsides if he can get back in time.
And I'm not sure the offensive lineman actually made contact. It is reminiscent. We can bring Bill in on this if he wants to. Matt Austin talked about that. You can jump back as you're the offensive player in response to the movement, but it has to be kind of a natural. You can't be able to reach out and slap you.
Correct. Slapping him across the helmet.
That's exactly true. Just the way you explained it, Sean.
Well, thank you, Bill. I do listen to Matt Austin occasionally. Not often.
Your batting average on getting things right was comparable to that of Aaron Judge in the first
easy.
4 games of the World Series.
Jabri Barber, the fair catch of a 39-yard punt. Shane Beamer still hot.
Understandably, but that is an adjustment. I think in years past it probably would have been an offsides, but they've adjusted that to give the defense a little bit more grace to be able to get back onside.
Are you surprised he didn't go for that 4th and inches?
I am, especially with how they've been really controlling the line of scrimmage. There haven't been a lot of negative plays forced by A&M, so I would have run it.
Minute 37, third quarter. Texas A&M down by 10. Marcel Reed, good catch on a ball behind Cyrus Allen, and a flag down at the end of it.